Hello, welcome to another edition of Premium Times Weekly Podcast. Titi Lokwe Fadare is your host. President Muhammadu Buhari met with families of the Abuja-Kaduna train attack passengers. He told them that he doesn't want to use force to secure the release of their relatives because he wants them out of captivity alive. But it appears that the terrorists who attacked the Abuja-Kaduna train in March and abducted scores of passengers fooled the Nigerian government. Mr. Buhari's spokesperson Gabashio said the federal government has met all the demands of the terrorists, yet they refuse to release the victims. How, you asked? First, the leader of the terrorists demanded that his pregnant wife be released, and guess what? The Nigerian government didn't just accede to his demand, they took her to a hospital where she gave birth to twins before handing her over to his family. After the release of his wife and newborn babies, the leader of the terrorists asked the Nigerian government to release 7 of his members that were detained in Adamawa State. The government sent a plane overnight to flew them and delivered them to the terrorists. Despite all this, the terrorists are still holding 31 passengers in captivity. Now, they're asking the federal government for money, but Mr. Shehu said the government is unwilling to pay the ransom. In other news, what is happening to Kizz Daniel, the Buga master? Last week, he was invited by Lagos police a few days after he seized a laundry company's boss for damaging his 14 million naira worth of clothes. After crossing the border to Tanzania, Kizz Daniel finds himself in another police palava. He failed to perform at a well-publicized show on Sunday night because the airline he flew with didn't bring the bag containing his gold chain and clothes. Someone said that's a flimsy excuse because Davido will perform in 2 different countries in a day and still rush back to Osun State and be shouting Imolede. You should stop now. Then we now saw a viral video on Twitter that showed how Tanzanian police bundled Kizz Daniel into their Black Maria. But agreement has been reached and the Buga master apologized and performed a free show on Friday. Back in Nigeria, human rights lawyer Inibehe Daniel was abused in the Uyo prison with his hair and beard forcefully scraped by prison officials. Mr. Effiong didn't consent to that, but he was told that for medical reasons, he must not keep his beard while he is still inside the prison. The chief judge of Akwa Ibom State, Ekaitu Obot, sent Mr. Effiong to prison on July 27 after the lawyer who is handling a defamation suit for a client objected to the presence of 2 armed police officers in the court. Activists and fellow lawyers condemned the inhumane treatment of Mr. Effiong and called for his immediate release. Former governors Joel Inyami and Joshua Dariye, who were jailed for stealing public funds, were released from Kuje prison. Mr. Inyami and Mr. Dariye were pardoned by the Presidential Prerogative of Mercy Committee. The president said they deserve his mercy based on ill health and aid grounds. Mr. Buhari has devastated the morale of the country's anti-graft operatives who had committed many years of work to investigate and secure the convictions. But anti-corruption activists said this action means the president himself has a soft spot for corruption. Anyway, let me mind my business before they say I talk too much. As usual, this edition was written by Kabi Yusuf. I am Titi Lokwe Fadare. See you next week, and don't forget, if you like this podcast, please share and favorite, and also visit www.premiumtimesng.com to catch the latest edition of this podcast series.